So one of the biggest skills you can have as an artist is extreme patience. I know it sounds simple at face value, but having patience as an artist is very important. Imagine you have a drawing that you're working on that you think is going to take 10 hours, but it takes 20 hours, right? And you think 20 hours is a long time, but there are artists out there that are working hundreds of hours on one drawing. There are artists that are out there that are working 6 months on one painting. One painting. Can you imagine spending all your time on one painting and you come out with one painting done in half a year? Imagine that. Having patience is a great skill. And it's super hard in today's environment, in today's 15-second TikTok, gotta have the outcome right now environment. It's an odd thing to have in this day and age because we're kind of spoiled. We're kind of spoiled with seeing all this great art, all these great videos, all these great movies, all this great content out there. And there is a deception happening. There's a deception happening. And we see this stuff happening and we don't rationalize that this thing took multiple hours to do, multiple weeks to do, multiple months to do. And we don't associate that because we see it in its final process, in its end result. We don't see the work at home, in private. We don't see the person struggling in hard, deep work and hard flow. We don't see that. We just do not see that. And it is a great skill to have. And you have to train yourself to do it. You have to train yourself the skill of being patient. Now, some people are just hardwired to be able to work on something for long periods of time. But a lot of people aren't. Even if they're passionate about something. I love painting. I love drawing. But sometimes I don't want to do a drawing for 20 hours or more. That just seems like a lot of work. I think maybe it's because it's not my job. And if it was my job, yeah, I'd be more inclined to do it. But it's more like a hobby. It's more like a pastime. It's more like an enjoyable thing that I get to do at the end of the night, even though half the time when it's the end of the night, it's like 15 hours. I've already been chugging along for 15 hours. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta draw. What a treat. Anyways, having patience is a skill that you need, and you got to slowly build it up. How you do that is purely situational. It's kind of dependent upon the person. I guess some examples is maybe you get used to the idea of working on a drawing for 5 minutes. And after you feel okay with working on a drawing for 5 minutes at a time, you get used to working on a drawing for 10 minutes at a time. And then you get used to drawing for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, an hour, and you just slowly build up that like tolerance for working on a drawing for prolonged periods of time. And getting used to this idea that even though the process of creating your drawing or creating your work or creating your painting, whatever it is, it can kind of suck. It can suck. It can be awful. Like, the process can suck. You gotta kind of realize that the process is not what you're looking for. You want the outcome. So you want the end result of all of that patience. And the end result is going to give you a drawing that you feel proud of doing, that you feel proud that you did. You're going to have a sense of accomplishment because you are going to know how much time you spent on that piece. And you're going to know that time at the moment was valuable to you, and you're going to feel like you've accomplished something. You're going to feel amazing. There's going to be a sense of excitement and relief once you finish a piece that you've spent a significant amount of time on. It's going to suck in the process. The process of making these works or making your artwork or making whatever you're doing takes time, and unfortunately it's just how it is. We can't all be like AI image generators and just type in a prompt and have the drawing or image done for us. We have to do it through layers, through certain type of processes, and we just have to do it the good old-fashioned hands-on method. And you might find some hacks to speed up the process, but a lot of great work, or a lot of the works that you see people doing on social media that you are like, wow, this stuff is amazing. Not a lot of it was done under an hour. A lot of it that you were really like, especially like the photorealistic work, those are like 2 weeks of intense labor, of 100 hours of labor. That's a lot of work on one piece, and it takes a lot of training to build yourself up to that. Anyways, I said my piece, and that's all I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about how patience is a skill, and I believe it to be necessary to become a better artist, a great artist, a master artist. Thank you so much for listening. Hope you subscribe. You all rock. Cheers.